Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. I am sharing the life story of Swami Omkarananda Saraswati to the elite audience of Vedanta teachers and Vedanta students. Manoharan alias Sri Goshtishwara Sharma was born in Perur, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India on January 17, 1956. His parents were Sri Vaidinatha Ganapadigal and Srimati Alamelu Ammal. After Sannyasa Diksha, he was known as Swami Omkarananda Saraswati. Manoharan studied in the traditional Veda Padasala. He studied at Srimad Jnana Sivacharyar Swamigal Madalayam, Melmat, Perur. He studied from great Vedic scholars, Veda Purva Bhaga, conduct of simple Ganapati Homas to elaborate temple Kumbhabhishekam. He was gifted with a great memory. His Vedic chanting was appreciable and his voice was melodious. Sri Kripananda Warrior was a great Tamil orator giving talks on Hindu literature. After listening to the talks and returning home, Manoharan used to repeat the whole talk to his family and friends. He had such a remarkable memory. His father used to do Rudra Jabam at the famous Perur Pattiswarar temple. He used to visit the temple along with his father and go around the temple. He used to observe each and every part of the temple with great devotion and interest. In the entrance of the temple, there was a bookshop. He purchased books of Swami Vivekananda from that shop. Swami Vivekananda was his role model. He also studied devotional texts in Tamil. He had all the four required qualifications for a Vedantic student: discrimination, detachment, discipline, and desire for moksha. He left home and stayed at Sri Ramakrishna Tapovanam, Tiruparaiturai, Tiruchi, Tamil Nadu. Swami Chidbhavananda, founder of the Tapovanam, initiated Manoharan to sannyasa in 1985. He was given the Diksha name Swami Omkarananda Saraswati. He studied Hindu Dharma and Hindu scriptures from Swami Chidbhavananda. He started giving talks on Hindu Dharma, Bhagavad Gita, and conducting spiritual camps for seekers. He wanted to study Vedanta in depth. Hence he went to Chennai and studied from Swami Paramarthananda. Swami Paramarthananda is a student of Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati and a renowned Vedanta teacher. He stayed with Swami Paramarthananda and studied advanced Vedanta during 1987 to 1991. Swami Paramarthananda had allowed only 4 students to stay with him and study Vedanta. Swami Omkarananda was one of those 4 students who had done enormous punyam to stay with Swami Paramarthananda. Swamiji started giving advanced talks on Vedanta. Through his eloquent discourses, he drove home deep insights of Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads, such that even an average person can comprehend them with ease. Swamiji also gave talks on sacred Tamil texts such as Thevaram, Tiruvasagam, Tirumandiram, Thayimanava hymns, Bharatiyar songs, and Tirukural. He became a very popular Tamil speaker on Hinduism. Swamiji interacted freely with people of all strata without discrimination of caste, creed, age, economic status, or education, and attracted them by his compassionate words and friendly nature. Swamiji has conducted Jnana Yajnas in many parts of India like Madurai, Erode, Chennai, Coimbatore, Rajapalayam, Salem, Namakkal, Theni, Kambam, Pudukottai, Virudunagar, Sivagasi, Mumbai, and Bengaluru. He has also conducted Jnana Yajnas in many places abroad like Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, Hong Kong, London, Dubai, Muscat, and United States of America. Swamiji established Sri Swami Chidbhavananda Ashramam at Theni. It is run by Vedanta Sastra Prachara Trust. In 1995, Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati inaugurated the ashramam at Vedapuri, Theni, Tamil Nadu. From 1995, this was Swamiji's headquarters. 3-year residential Vedanta courses were conducted here in traditional Gurukulam style. The students who had completed the course are spreading Vedanta throughout Tamil Nadu. In the ashramam, Veda Padashala is functioning. The brahmacharis from Vaidika families are taught Yajurveda and Sivagamam. Short duration spiritual camps are conducted at the ashramam. These camps have introduced the spiritual vision to the common public. The campers are taught meditation, chanting, and Vedanta texts. Training programs are conducted in the ashramam for youth, giving them value education and cultural education. Swamiji published Tamil magazines Vedanari and Bhuvaneswari Vijayam, which had articles on Veda Purva and Vedanta. Swamiji's chanting and spiritual talks are available in CDs and books through Sanatana Publications, Chennai. Under the auspices of Sri Dakshinamurti Seva Samiti, he has constructed a magnificent edifice named Adiguru Sri Prajna Dakshinamurti Vidyapedam in 2002. The Murti of Sri Dakshinamurti is 9 feet in height. The Murti with Chinmudra symbolizes self-knowledge. In the temple, worship is done with great zeal and enthusiasm as per tradition. This temple helps the spiritual growth of seekers. Cow is the abode of all devatas. Every morning, worship of cow takes place in front of Sri Dakshinamurti. A gosala is run in the ashramam to take good care of the cows. Sadguru Shantananda Mahaswamigal founded Sri Bhuvaneswari Avadhuta Vidyapeetham in 1962. He attained Mahasamadhi in 2002. In 2005, Swami Omkarananda succeeded him as the pontiff in the lineage of Sri Dattatreya. The Peetham conducts various homams for the benefit of the world. Sri Bhuvaneswari Charitable Trust maintains this Sri Bhuvaneswari Avadhuta Vidyapeetham. Sri Swayam Prakasha Avadhuta Sadasiva Trust maintains Sri Sri Judge Swamigal Adhishtanam. Swamiji became pontiff of Sri Dattatreya Avadhuta Vidyapeetham in 2005. The renovation and Kumbhabhishekam of Lord Dattatreya's temple and Sri Swayam Prakasha Swamigal Adhishtanam at Dattagiri, Sendamangalam, Namakkal district, Tamil Nadu were conducted in 2008. Swamiji founded Sadguru Shantananda Satsangam Trust at Chennai in 2008. The objective of the trust is to preserve Bharatiya culture in all its vibrancy by a series of activities and implementing them through tireless efforts. Swamiji was very much devoted to his Guru, Swami Paramarthananda's Guru, Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Swamiji was in charge of the Vaidika rituals during Pujya Swamiji's 60th, 70th and 80th birthday celebrations. He was in charge of the Kumbhabhishekam of the temples in Ashavidya Gurukulam at Anekati and Swami Dayananda Ashramam at Rishikesh. He has also succeeded Pujya Swamiji in Dharma Rakshana Samiti and Sri Mahalinga Swami Seva Trust. Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati founded Dharma Rakshana Samiti in 1999 to spread awareness of the richness of Vedic culture and stop conversion. Pujya Swamiji appointed Swami Omkarananda as its president in 2015. Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati founded Sri Mahalinga Swami Seva Trust in 2010 to build 5 chariots for Sri Mahalinga Swami Temple at Thiruvidai Marudur near Kumbhaganam. Pujya Swamiji appointed Swami Omkarananda as its chairman and managing trustee in 2015. Swami Omkarananda founded UV Foundation in 2017 to spread Ullamdorum Valluvam, an initiative to spread the message of Tirukkural. The foundation trains teachers who in turn can teach students Tirukkural. Swamiji conducted a 5-year online course on Atma Vidya in Tamil. Thousands of students had benefited. Swamiji used social media to reach students. He sent spiritual messages on Bhagavad Gita and Tirukkural through regular WhatsApp messages. Many thousands of students had benefited. Swamiji conducted classes on sacred texts and Vedanta through Agni Global Classroom from Theni. Swamiji attained Mahasamadhi on May 10, 2021 at Madurai. Jivan Mukta became Videha Mukta. His Samadhi shrine is in Theni Ashramam. Let us see Swamiji's uniqueness. Swamiji was an authority on Karmakanda and Jnanakanda parts of the Vedas. This is a very rare combination. He was equally at ease while teaching Sanskrit texts or Tamil texts. The students were captivated when he quoted Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Tirukkural, Thayumanavar hymns, Bharatiyar songs, and other Sanskrit and Tamil texts from memory. He emphasized that Tirukkural is the essence of Vedas and Dharma Shastra. Swamiji was deeply rooted in the tradition, but at the same time he used the latest technology for online classes and used social media like YouTube, WhatsApp and Facebook widely to reach the students. Swamiji was a walking encyclopedia on Hindu Dharma. He taught as per Sampradaya of Sri Adi Shankara. He had great respect for Sringeri Mutt and Kanchi Mutt. Swamiji was simple and accessible to one and all. In spite of his physical ailments, he always had a smiling face. He had a melodious and majestic voice. In spite of his challenging health conditions, he enthusiastically and cheerfully took part in all the religious and spiritual activities with great vigor and strength. Swamiji loved Bharata Mata and Veda Mata equally. He always expressed his love for Bharata Mata and had a vision for our national development. Whenever atheist politicians criticized Hindu Dharma, he gave them a fitting reply, quoting the greatness of Hindu Dharma from the scriptures. His replies based on Shastra regarding Kanthasashti Kavasam and Manu Dharma made the atheists speechless. He boldly condemned the adharmic forces for their talks and actions against Hindu Dharma. Swamiji's teaching is summarized briefly. We have been blessed with this rare human birth. We should lead a dharmic life and earn enough punyam. When we get the required fourfold qualification, we should spend our time in pursuit of moksha. With the help of a traditional guru, we should study Vedantic scriptures and get self-knowledge in this birth itself. Swamiji had thousands of students around the world. His students are rooted in spirituality and lead a purposeful life of righteousness and love and enjoy inner peace. Swamiji lives with us in the form of his teaching, books, audios, videos and institutions established by him. You are welcome to visit our website www.arshaavinash.in. From this website, you can download free Vedanta and Sanskrit books. Om Tat Sat Sarvam Brahmarpanamastu.